Take nothing with you. St. Francis heard this word and took it literally. He cracked the mold. Henceforth, nature was his natural enclosure and cloister. He was free for prayer and the word. Until then, essentially, the stable, solid, monastic communities were the staple diet of Christendom. The community could possess, although the individual did not. At this point, therefore, a new thrust and impetus changed somewhat the direction of things in the life of the church, while the other, of course, carried on, and even to our time. When one has stability in one place until death, as one does in the monastic life, the result is great care given, for instance, not only to the land, but also to the house of God itself and the worship, creating truly an Eden upon earth, nothing spared. But also in the life of the church at large, something of that was always there. As in the case of Ezra, one sees providence coming through even the secular arm to provide for a worthy place for worship, a throne for God on earth. So too we have seen over the centuries society combining to create gems, so much so that the old houses of God still stand, and those who built them sometimes never lived to see them finished. So great was the care given to a construction like a big cathedral. We need to respect, therefore, both the freedom for the word, but also the solidity of the care given to creating a place on earth for God and man to meet. We don't always have that, if we're honest. We presume that we can improve in 1 year sometimes on many years of construction, not respecting the artist's vision, the architect's intuition. In our monastery in Italy, we had received a gem, and we respected that gem. We used the high altar as it was, facing east, facing the rising sun, with ancient chant and much incense, and it worked. No need to invent a coffee table or any change at all. It still worked perfectly well, and God and man met in the cloud. Creating a space where God and man can meet is important. I remember how I was deeply moved when I was 20, encountering La Trappe, the little chapels, the chapel where the Blessed Sacrament was, the peace of the Domus Dei, all the land cultivated and cared for, a little Eden upon earth, paradise regained. And of course, one wanted to enter and stay in that little Eden where only God was heard. Indeed, as a student, I had this on my desk, the cloister of La Trappe. That's my novice master there in the picture. And it was a place where God could be heard, for the voice of man was silent. I had here, a few months ago, a hermit from Italy for a week, and she was an expert in architecture. And we visited a monastery, a Cistercian monastery actually, built in the 60s. As an architecture, she was aware of the issue, using modern skills, yes, but not always with the same delicacy. Essentially, a glorified box, and that has an effect even on recruitment, for the consolation of a beautiful church was not there. Functionalism, where before gratuitous glory was chiselled out with great patience. God honours those who honour him, whether it be in careful use of the word, in freedom depending on providence, or in gratuitous praise where nothing at all is spared. God honours those who honour him, and is never outdone in generosity.